Welcome everyone to Silverstone. This is eSeniors Porsche Cup. Silverstone is such a classic track. I think I'm saying that about almost all the tracks we race here, but I think this is the classic track. As you probably know, it's an old RAF air base, bomber base. It had the three runways, and you can actually see one of the runways kind of in the outline. I'm going to show when we do the track walk. So it's been hosting the British Grand Prix basically every year since 1948, except for 2 years in the 80s or 1 year in the 80s. But it's a great track. I think we're going to see great racing here. We are seeing Derek and Chris being the two that really battles it out here at Silverstone. They are so even, these two guys. I'm looking at the data from the last race, and it's basically 1/100th of a second between their deltas for between the fastest and their average lap. So they are very close in the speed and the pace. And Chris had the upper hand last race at Spa, and he got the fastest lap. But as you see here on this graphic, Derek have won the 4 last contests, and Chris Bourne have he was second place. We had Aaron Shannon was in third place. Thomas, who is in third place in the championship, was fourth. Jeremy fifth, and Ollie sixth. So that's how they also line up in the championship. Would also like to draw your attention to the lower part of the screen here. eSeniors Giving Saturday. It's a initiative we have just to remind people to give for Turkey and the humanitarian needs there after this horrible earthquake that just claimed so many lives and just created this horrible humanitarian crisis there. So all our giving will help. So we don't have a specific organization. It's you just give to the organization of your choice. But if you don't have one, I would suggest the Red Cross as the big international organization it is, making sure that it reaches the needs. So that's the preamble on that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that banner on through the racing here over the weekend, just as a reminder to do our thing. What these seniors do best is, I think, compassion and camaraderie. We see that all the time in this group. If you're new to eSeniors, eSeniors is a group of sim racers that race ACC on PC, and we are 50 years and older. You can find us on Pitwall. I'm sorry, not Pitwall, but SimLink, and you can connect there to our Discord. You can also find us on Facebook, and yeah, those are the best places. So then you connect with us, you get age verified, and that should give you access to the links for the championships. But we also have regular races during the week that you just can enjoy and race just to feel things out. So we have one track for the week. That's the track we're going to do our championships on, and those are the ones that we race during the week. What else? Yeah, I should actually, let me do like this. I'm going to take that away for a moment and put our logos up. We want to thank our sponsors, Syndeo and Sim3D. And as I mentioned, we can be found on Pitwall Live. There is, hey Billy, thanks for joining there on the chat. There is a link on the chat. There is also a link on the chat for any type of giving that you want to do. It's the Red Cross. I'm going to put that reminder back again. There we go. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. We haven't really started yet. I think it's going to be reset again. Why don't I see? Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm not sure this is actually the qualifying that has started yet. We'll see. It is on the hour, so it should start now. So this is a 40-minute race, and there is no pit stop. It's full-on racing. Hey Ollie, you're not racing today. Ollie is our Australian representative. Just checking something here. There's that. Getting everything in order. I think we have everything in order. So I'm gonna put up this giving thing once in a while, just to remind ourselves of this weekend where we want to do the giving. I also have obviously the Timmy cam. If it gets noisy, I'm gonna put that on and I'm gonna mute. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. That would be great. Yeah, I think we are in the qualifying yet. I should know that. So, oops. So, I muted me a little bit for a moment. Also, at 1:45 here local time, I need to actually listen in to something at work. So, I'm still going to be in front of the PC, I'm still going to follow the action, but you won't hear any commentary from me during that short period of time. Some sort of an organizational announcement. It's always interesting to get that on Friday. Oh, summer flu, Ollie. Yeah, it's summer over there. That's upside down. 9 people on track. We'll see who is the first one. We'll set some time. So obviously we're looking at Chris Bourne and Derek Bird to be the ones out in the front. And less than 12 minutes. This is such a technical track. I always enjoy driving this. And it's hard enough to drive in a regular GT3 car and then you come with the Porsche. I can't even imagine how you do that. So let's get in the cockpit and see how Derek is negotiating this. So he's starting a lap. Here at the 50-meter braking point. You want to go on the apex there exactly like he's doing, maximizing the speed. Get kind of in the more over the center. I do more center line coming through. Might get some backgets. Here you want to be patient on the throttle, get on the apex, and get on the throttle as quick as possible. You go through Chapel, and now we're on the Hanger Straight. Coming into the stove, fast right-hander. See how he's doing here. Yeah, going tight there around the corner. He clocked the 2:02.6 on the earlier lap. Going second gear, just want to rotate around as much as possible, getting out on the starting straight for the Formula 1 racers. Club corner and the Hamilton straight. Abbey, and this little footwork here that we do full on. It's the Abbey or Village is this corner, and then the loop. This is difficult to do that corner there, and it kind of hairpin and not lose any time, so you maximize again your speed out on this straight. Wellington Straight. Heading into Brooklands. Brake and touch the curbing there very carefully. Rotate around, keep the momentum through Luffield. And the next little kink here is Woodcote. And there we are, we completed the lap. It's going to improve his time, 2:02 for Derek. Good lap for Derek. Jeremy Robas gets a little bit wobbly there. Yeah, actually, I have my daughter's bigger dogs, so if you hear a deeper voice, then that's them. So 2:22, 2:02, 2:32. That's the time to beat. Provisional pole for Derek Bird. Following Jeremy, he is... Everyone else have done a 2:04. That's not going to be enough. So Jeremy is not going to improve his time much. Here's Chris Bourne. So now we're starting to see what these two guys can do. So we're 2:24. So as I mentioned in the opening, they are so close, Derek and Chris, at every race. There was just 100 apart from these two guys during the race, or their between their fastest lap and their average. It's unbelievable. Thanks guys for joining today on this Friday here in Texas. It's a chilly Friday. It's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. And just 2 days ago it was like over 20 degrees Celsius. So the weather just goes up and down here during the spring. It's kind of how it is in Texas. So we have a lot of guys on track that we normally see. We have Mike Maleski. He's trying to get into the groove with a Porsche. So Eric looking to improve his time quite a bit. It's up 0.4. So I'm gonna. Chris Bourne now took the fastest lap, but Derek is just behind. So if he keeps up the tempo here, he should easily be able to take the first provisional pole away from Chris. Let me know if you want to see a specific person during the broadcast. Try and accommodate that. Yeah, good lap by Derek here. Coming around through the last couple of corners. Yeah, he's gonna take the provisional pole here, no question about that. There we go. 2:16 is the new time to beat. So he's almost half a second faster than Chris on that lap. And we only have 4 minutes left for him to respond. Let's follow someone else here. We have Aaron Shannon that was in 3rd place at Spa. On the good rhythm at Spa, he placed a little bit lower. I think it was 7th in the other races. So that was a great race for him. Oh, he's up 1.2, but that's still, it's not really. Oh, he lost a lot of time there. He oversteers. No, that doesn't work. Let's follow Howard coming around the corner in the Hamilton straights. It's not really improving his time. Chris Bourne just disqualified his lap, his attempt. So he will soon do a new lap. I can't follow him. He's coming into. Is that Hamilton? I have a dog going around here. What do you want? I'll be right back. Right, sorry about that. I had to attend to one of the dogs. All right, 1 minute left. And Derek is not up to pace to meet that. So Derek is provisional pole still. Okay, Derek is up a little bit now, but he is 0.4. Oh, that doesn't help. Big oversteer. He's pushing a little bit too hard now. Is he gonna be able to get around and start a second lap? Let's see. No, oversteers. But I think he's gonna have time to get another lap. There we go, come on, push. Let's follow him around and see if he can do better. He needs to improve his best time with half a second to get the provisional pole. See if he can do that. Doing good so far, not gaining that much. He gains 110. See if we can maximize his speed here coming through Maggots and Beckett's. There we have the qualifying have ended. I have a Mr. Miller joining there. I don't know what that's about. He needs to leave. Yeah, he's still even. Chris is even. He has to, in these last couple of sectors, he have to improve with half a second. Old Man Sim Racing, welcome to the stream. Oh, he's going widely through there, losing all his time. Sorry to see that. Mr. Miller left. Yeah, he's abandoning his lap. So there we have it. Derek, Chris, Howard, Arobas, Regner, Langlois, Torrance, Shannon, and Meleski. That's the starting lineup. 9 cars. So let's look at the track. So Silverstone. So here you see kind of cross from left to right. That's one of the runways, actually. One of the 3 runways during the Second World War. So here we go, starting through Copse, Maggots and Beckett's, coming out on the Hanger Straight. Super fast Stove, super fast corner, through Vale, that little left kink into this club, Hamilton Straight, and going through Abbey, and here's this very technical the loop, and out on the Wellington Straight into Brooklands, and Luffield again, fast right hand, Woodcote, and we have completed a lap at Silverstone. So great classic racing at that track. So let me put on the pause screen for a little bit and I'll be right back. So as we're waiting for the race to start, just a reminder here on the screen, try to do what you can, giving for Turkey. If we can get eSeniors to support that, that would be great. A great humanitarian need over there. Give through the organization you feel comfortable with. I suggest the Red Cross, that's what my company is giving through, and there's a link further up on the stream for that, if that's something you want to do. So let's get back to the stream, and we are about to start. Let's get on the wing view here, and we have Derek in P1, and Chris Bourne is next to him on the first row. Second row, Howard, Arobas. Third row, Thomas, Langlois, and we have Torrance, Shannon, and Mike Meleski on the last row. So, here we go. So Derek has won the last several contests at the Porsche Cup. So let's see if it's going to be different here. Chris had problems reaching the time, the pace that Derek had in the qualifying. So for Chris, it's all about getting a good start here and try to dominate from start. Here we go. Derek has the inside, and Chris is tucking in behind. We have a good start. No touches. Oh, Chris is really pushing, getting really close. Let's see what happens here as we go through Maggots and Beckets. Cold tires on these Porsches for quite a bit, so it's going to be interesting to see what we're going to see as we come into these twisty bits. Derek is pulling out a little bit in front of Chris. Howard is hanging on to Chris Bourne. Just a reminder that I'm gonna go silent here for a work thing in about 45 minutes, so we might actually be ready then. Well, I'm sorry, 20 minutes. But I'm still gonna follow the race. But I won't be able to commentate. I need to listen into something. All right, here we go. Jeremy, this field starts to stretch out a little bit. So Chris Bourne and Derek. I'm gonna set up my data so I can see what's going on. There we go. All right, so Derek is not really disappearing, so that's promising. Howard, though, he's having problems keeping up. Further down in the field, we have Torrance and Jeremy. Jeremy in front of him. Langlois, Shannon, and Melesky bringing up the rear. Yeah, it's a lot of practice, guys. There's a lot of good good guides on YouTube for this track, and what you really often you fool yourself. I think that you can go much faster through Maggots and Beckett than you actually should do. So that's really a learning. So again, practice makes perfect. And it was really when I started to master Maggots and Beckets and finding that I really need to take it a little bit more easy through there to get and focus on the lines. It got much more enjoyable. So Chris is really focusing on the lines to get onto Derek. Oh, working that wheel. I love this section here where you kind of just lift a little bit. And then this one is so difficult. You need to get the right line here, but fan out a little bit. You don't want to go too tight here, because then you're going to lose a lot of momentum coming out on the Wellington here. Yeah, Chris is keeping up with Derek. Good job here. This is another hard corner because you have so much to gain to get this right. You don't want to rotate too close here. I think the line that Chris had there was good. Because again, you have this long straight that you want to be able to negotiate. And here's another corner, right? Braking point just before 50, because you want to go on the curb a little bit, like exactly the line that he had here. And then I tend to go a little bit more in the middle here. And don't overdrive it. You want to go on the curbs a little bit. And here it's so important that you get on the curb and get on the throttle. And don't try to turn around that corner, but let the car go out to the right like he was doing there to maximize the speed out of the corner. And here again, hold close to the apex on the corner. Go wide here. It allows you to do that. So really good driving here. They are really keeping up the pace. Let's go back to Shannon, and he's battling Langlois. See some of that action. keeping an eye on Chris and Derek. Yeah, that's true. On the chat here, that take it easy. You know, we are so conditioned to see how the Formula One drivers do it, and they kind of just blow through there. But obviously, there's a completely other downforce we're talking about. So this battle, as well as Chris and Derek, that's the closest we have right now. Last lap for Derek, he has fastest lap, 2:02.3. There's no pit stop. 40-minute race. Here we go, Shannon on the inside. Took a good line there, you can actually get the, oh, little touch. He wasn't really aware of where Langlois was. Went a little bit too eagerly there. Okay, Langlois was able to recover. It's unfortunate. So now that gives us, this is the closest right now. Love the sound of these cars. Sound really good. A really even pace. Last lap was 2:02.712 on Derek, and Chris was 2:02.722. So 100ths of a second last race, or last lap, I'm sorry. Let's just give a little screen time on the other guys. So yeah, I think Silverstone has, there's a lot of discipline at Silverstone on the corners, not to overdrive it and just maximize the speed out of the corner. And that's a general learning that I'm trying to apply more or less successfully in different tracks. And I got really great coaching by AJ when I was doing the endurance race with AJ he was cutting that corner last weekend, and he gave me a lot of pointers and showed me really where you know, slow in, fast out. It sounds kind of in my ears sometimes not right, and I try to brake way too late in the corner, and that compromises my exit. So think about that when you drive, you know. If you feel that you're out of control in the corner, that's not a good thing. So try to go in slower just to make sure you get the right line out. And again, the YouTube videos that are out there on the different tracks help with that, absolutely. Chris Bourne have done a little inroads, but Derek is still quicker in the last lap. Here's that tricky corner. You can lose. I mean, I can do really good gains over the preceding sectors, and then I come to that little corner there and I just lose everything, which is extremely frustrating. I think Chris is really pushing hard. Torrance is going out. Hey, Nikos. Torrance went off track. Shannon gained a position. Hey Nikos, welcome. Oh, going wide. Chris is going wide. That could possibly be a penalty. It didn't look like he lifted. So we have 30 minutes left. This is really the contest between these two guys. This is the closest on track right now. Derek have won the last 4 races, really dominating, and Chris has been second place the last 4 races. So I know Chris really, and it's not like Derek is really dominating because Chris is very, very close. These two guys are so close on average lap time over a whole race, so it only differs like hundreds of a second between the two on the average, which is unbelievable. Oh, there's a wide again by Derek. Really pushing to get an advantage. Into his cockpit. Here, fan out a little bit, get the good line into the corners, so get on the throttle. Oh, he went a little bit too fast or too hard. Oversteered and lost time. He lost a lot of time there. Let's go back to Jeremy. He's chasing Thomas. Coming out on Wellington. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, Derek lost out there. He's a second behind Derek now. He has to regroup. In the meantime, we're looking at Jeremy really getting close to Thomas. And obviously on this contest here with the Porsche Cup, all the cars have the same specifications, so you really have to have good lines in order to do something. Oh, a little off there. That was Torrance. All right, here comes Jeremy. Pushing for a good exit. Hamilton straight. All right, let's see if he can get a good exit coming up on Wellington. Yeah, Thomas is going really, really tight there. He's going to lose time on that, but seems to get a better exit than Jeremy anyway. That was impressive. In the meantime, Chris Bourne have been able to get a little bit closer now to Derek. Okay, Jeremy's regrouping here for a new lap. It's good and patient driving by Jeremy here. I have one eye on these guys and the other one on Chris and Derek. Still following Jeremy in his silver Porsche, chasing Thomas. Let's go back to Bourne. He is 0.8 behind, so he's climbing up a little bit towards Derek, that now sits with the fastest lap, 2:02.215. All right, here comes Chris. Now they close together again. Jumping between these two pairs of drivers. Just be careful and be patient. I think that's the name of the game. At some point we're gonna see that tires might affect the racing and the pace. A very similar pace of Thomas and Jeremy right now. They do 2.5s. Both of them, 2.5s1. Oh, oversteer by Jeremy and hits the wall. That's too bad. Had a good thing going there, but he was pushing too hard. It's easy to oversteer there. So let's go back to these guys. So Chris have lost a little bit of pace in the last lap. But he's getting back into the rhythm now, so I think it's not a runaway. Which is good to see. We want to see this fight all the way to the end. Oh, it looks like he's going off again. He's not lifting, so he's gaining time. He's getting closer now. Okay, my views are a little bit messed up. Here we go. Yeah, Nikos, that's not a bad idea, actually. I mean, we used to have another cup race, didn't we? Before, but yeah, it would be cool. Ferrari Challenge sounds pretty cool. They also sound good and look good. I'll be into that. So like I mentioned in the opening, I have to get on a work call for a couple of minutes, probably 10-15 minutes, here in about 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go mute them, but I'm still gonna follow the action. Make sure that you see what's going on, but I can't be on the mic at that time. Work come first. As you know, this is work and a late lunch for me here in Texas when I do this Friday commentary. Normally Friday is a kind of quiet day, so that fits me pretty well. I haven't had any problems to do this until today. It's always interesting. It's a little 15-minute call on a Friday for a part of the organization that I belong to. Oh, you see Chris going wide again. So that means there's an organization change of some sort, or someone left or whatnot. So you want to be part of that. But again, I'm going to keep this the camera going so we can see the action, and anything that happens is going to be visible to you guys. Yeah, Adam. It was suggested earlier, but I mean, we could have an additional cup race in the week. The GT3 doesn't seem that popular, so I wonder if Maybe another cup race instead of the GT4 next season. We'll see. So this is the 6th race of the season, so we're halfway through. And Derek have been dominating the last 4 races with wins. 4 last. My screen here. Yeah, the 4 last races was won by Derek. And the 4 last races, Chris Bourne was 2nd place. So we really want to have, I mean, first of all, we want to have races where we have bigger grids. Now we have 8 cars, but we have a really, really good racing between the 2 top cars. It would be boring if we just had, 10 seconds between each cars and nothing is really going on. Thanks to Derek and Chris, we have something to look at during the race. Just want to do a plug for eSeniors while we're talking about it. If someone comes in watching this stream that are not familiar with eSeniors, it happens sometimes. So we're an organization with 50 plus aged drivers. We want to have age-verified drivers to attend the championships. So you connect through Facebook or SIMGRID, Discord, and then you get access to the championship links. We also have races during the week with the same track that we do the championships on for the week. This week has been Silverstone, and next week it's going to be Monza. So you can race those open races during the week that are available for everyone, and it's a mixed. Everyone gets to race, so we don't have any splits or anything. So that's a lot of fun. And that's a good way for a new eSenior driver to kind of test the waters and see what the competition is like. So Chris is really getting racy here. We see him really start to challenge Derek. Derek had a little problem in one of the corners just earlier when I was talking. Yeah, horse racing would be just as close. You're right, here on the chat, Nikos. These 2 guys are unbelievably close in the racing. Okay, I'm gonna mute here and I go on my work call, but I'm gonna stay with the action. So I'll see you in a little bit. And probably just by the end of the race, I'm gonna be done with my call. I'm gonna pull people in for some interviews, but for now, I'm muting. All right, I am back from my little work call. Yeah, as I suspected, it was organization change, so I have a new boss. I'm not too displeased with that, to be honest, so it's a good thing on a Friday. All right, Derek is holding, extending his lead a little bit. Howard sits in kind of no man's land. He's 32 seconds behind, so he seems pretty solid on P3 right now. Yeah, we saw, yeah, Jeremy, I think he had some sort of accident. I missed that. But again, Chris is not really managing to get Derek. Derek is very solid. His 2:02.9 was his last lap. Still sitting with the best lap in the race. Very well done. I see Shannon is catching up with Torrance for a P6. He's glancing at the championship table right now. So Thomas, so Howard, yeah, Howard did, he didn't race the last two races, so he sits in P3. So he wasn't able to race, he dropped those two races. So that's a good result for him, P3. And Thomas was P4 the last race at Spa, so he's probably going to be P4 right now. I'm doing a little podium slide, so I think I'm safe to download that and see if I can get that up during the during my interviews. So I mean, Derek is really, he's really the master of the Porsche, and I think it is because he's racing that car all the races. Super consistent. And in this race, he has been, I think, more dominating over Chris here in the latter part of the race than we have seen before, I believe. It's an interesting time of day, this race. Because you have, you kind of have the sun in your eyes in some parts of the track, the early part of the track. So don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're new to eSeniors, subscribe and you'll get a notification when we have the races. Our championships that we are broadcasting are on Fridays and Saturdays. So tomorrow we have the double header. We have Group 2 starting at 11:30 US Central Time. And then we have the Group 1 split for the GT3 race starting at 1:30 p.m. Central Time, US time. And I had pretty advanced plans to move to Sweden here during the year, but two of my daughters are having babies during the summer, both of them. So I think we're gonna postpone that trip and move probably next spring, most likely. So that means I'm gonna be able to race and broadcast a little bit longer than I had planned, because I thought I would pack up the house and sell here in April. Yeah, you see, it's kind of It's a lot of glare as you drive through. So we're almost at the end of the race. There's the time. So we're on the last lap right now. So unless something horrible. Yeah, thank you. Thank you there. Unless something horrible happens with Derek. I think this is what we have as podium. Bird, Bourne and Howard. Let's see. Oh, he's pushing hard here, Bourne. Maybe the tires are starting to give up a little bit. And here's this glare as we're coming down the Wellington Straight. Let's get on the TV cam and look at Derek when he comes over the line. Get the checkered flag on him. Slade in flame. Such a great livery. There we go. There we go. There's the checkered flag. Derek Bird take his 5th win as we're halfway into the season. Race 6. Next race gonna be Monza. It's Chris Bourne. Howard is 33 seconds after, so he's further back. I have a couple of turns. I'm going to prepare to get these guys in for a little interview. So great racing. Thanks guys for joining, but don't miss the interview. I'm going to do the interview here just in a moment. And we've seen all the cars come in. Jerry Robas in P5. Torrance coming in. New Zealand. We didn't see any track violation drive-throughs or anything. So that's a good thing. Okay, Torrance coming through. I'm waiting to see Chris Bourne show up in the pre-race meeting. And I'm gonna pull him in for interviews. Okay, let me pull people in here. We have Eric.
Yeah, there we go.
Go with that.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Oh. Make sure I have my audio set up, voice activity. All right, get my audio set up here. Hey guys.
Hello.
I'm gonna get Chris in here too for the post-race interview.
It's deja vu, Krista.
Yeah, exactly. And I gonna get the right podium up. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get my podium graphic. When I create the graphic when I think we have the final final podium.
Well, I got my final track warning. That's when you do it.
Ah, you got okay. Yeah, that's
yeah. I managed to go without any today.
Yeah, so Terry, let's start with Terry here. P3, that was a good result.
Yes, yeah, good to get back on the podium. I've missed the last 2 races, a couple of family dues, so it's good to get back. I did do a bit of practice in the week, and I thought I'm going to be quite quick here. And then I was racing with Derek. I noticed Derek come on the server and he just blitzed my time by 1.5 seconds, and I thought I was going quick. But yeah, it was a good race. The chicane at the back, I think I just lost a bit of concentration and I was power sliding everywhere and sort of having a bit of fun. And then went a little bit too far and actually spun in that chicane. But that chicane is so difficult to get right. You've got to be spot on every time. And then later on in the race, I looked at Chris and Derek's times, and my fastest lap was 2:03.4. 2 laps from the end, they're still banging in 2:03.2s. That's just amazing. Yeah. Nice to watch. But I just thought I'd try and put some pressure on them at the first few laps. And I was sort of hanging on there. And I thought, if I can get one of them to make a mistake, I could be in with a chance here. But they just sort of, as normal, just started to pull away. I was trying a bit too hard in the end, I think.
Yeah, great race. Great to see you on the podium after having. Actually, you were P3 in your previous 3 races that you did,
yes,
the first, and second, and third. So and also another one very consistent is Chris being on the second step on the podium here. So this is your 5th race in P2. So it looked like in the beginning that you were starting to hook up with Derek, but how was your race? You were pushing hard.
Yeah, I was pushing hard. Derek is. So I mean, Derek, our style was different. He's smooth, but no, I just smashed the throttle. So out of the corners, you can see where he was just getting away, and then I'd catch up on the braking, and then once I get on the throttle again, I was like just going back again. But I tried to make a few mistakes. He nearly buckled, but Derek just turns his mirror, doesn't he? He just puts the mirror upwards. He doesn't look backwards anymore.
Oh, no, I'm always watching the mirror when you're behind me.
Yeah, Derek, this is unbelievable. This is your 5th first place. You kind of running away on the points, because you have right now with this win you have 332 points and Chris on 310. So we are halfway through the championship. Mm-hmm. So do you think your form going to continue? How was your race?
Well, I hope so, but while Chris is there, it's never easy. He's never far behind. And say you're watching your mirror. As long as I say this, I think I was keeping a gap of about 6 or 7 tenths. Well, that's not too bad. He's not going to be making any dives from that distance back. But I started making a couple of mistakes, middle of the through Abbey and the village. I started to make a couple of mistakes through there, and then he catches me up. But it's just massive focus on the braking points and apexes, and not worry about what's happening behind.
Yeah, I always comment every race, I think, that you guys are so close. During the race, during Spa, again, the delta between your fastest time and your average time is only 100, and both of you. So it's unbelievable how close you are during the race.
I changed my brake ducts at the start on the starting lineup from my qualifying.
Yeah,
so I didn't know what was going to happen.
So I think you just have, like you mentioned, Chris. I think Derek had just this calmness during his drive, and you just trying to catch up. And it's really anyone's race, every race, because you're so close.
Yeah.
So yeah. So thank you guys. I'm gonna go back to my day job here. So I really appreciate it. Reminding everyone about the double header tomorrow, Silverstone Group 1 and Group 2. That's gonna be cool. And also remind everyone, if you can, give something for Turkey and the humanitarian needs there. That's awesome. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yep. Cheers, Chris.
See you next time.
Welcome, Derek.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Thank you, everyone watching. Appreciate it. If you're new to eSeniors, eSeniors is an organization of we're 50 years and over, and we're racing ACC on PC. Find us on Facebook, find us on SIMGRID, and find us just to get age verified through Discord. And we have fun races during the week, and then we have championships on Friday and Saturday. And we also have a Tuesday night GT3 championship on US time, nighttime, evening time in the US. And then we have a daytime US or evening time Europe GT4 on Thursdays. So there you have it. Great racing at Silverstone. And I'll see you tomorrow for the Group 1 and Group 2 doubleheader. See you then. Thanks for watching.